Hi, welcome to Luxury in Moderation, where we appreciate the finer things in life without going overboard. If you're new here, thanks so much for joining. My name's Joanne, and every week I post videos about luxury handbags and other lifestyle products to hopefully give you some tips and information as you're doing your own research for what you'd like to purchase, or if you're just curious about these products. I hope you like this video and subscribe below. So today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be unboxing a Preloved bag and I have no idea what to expect. I ordered a tweed 2.55 reissue bag from Fashionphile, and on the website it said that this bag was in very good condition but not excellent, which means that it does show some wear and tear, and the description on the website said that it has some faint scratches and tarnish on the silver hardware, and that the tweed was frayed a little bit as well as having some glue residue on it, which I'm not sure what it means exactly, but we're going to open it up in a second and I'll show you some detailed shots. And it also said that the inside had some scuffs as well as bubbling. So let's get into it. I'm excited and nervous at the same time. Hopefully it does live up to my expectations, but if it doesn't, Fashionphile does have a 30-day return policy. So hopefully we won't have to go through that route. So first, this is the plain brown cardboard box that it came in. So as you can see, it definitely is not coming with the original packaging. So this is the box that my Chanel Jumbo came in from the shop, and you can see that comes with a larger Chanel branded box. So obviously this does not have that, but I am glad that it is a very plain box. You know, it doesn't even say Fashionphile on it, so that this can prevent those port thefts. So it doesn't show any indication of what is inside the box. And then inside the box, it does say Fashionphile. So you have that branding on the inside. And then it comes with this Fashionphile envelope, is the sales receipt, and it shows an image of the reissue that I ordered. And just to give you some more information, I purchased this reissue at $1,995, and that was excluding tax. So with tax, it was above $2,000. And this is how the bag is packaged. So just one piece of tissue paper wrapping around the outside. The sides are exposed, which, I think it's okay, specifically because this is a tweed material and it's not leather. So you couldn't see a scratch if it was, for example, a really delicate lambskin. And then the sticker says, "Used is the new new." And it is quite a big bag. So this is what it looks like. And this is their black and white camellia tweed reissue in the size 226. And I am really loving the design, kind of close up. If you look at the pattern, you can't really see the camellias, but once you have a further away view, you can kind of see where the flowers are popping up.
So Fashionphile actually has this buyback program where if I want to keep and wear the bag for 180 days but not forever, then they'll actually buy that bag back for 70% of what I bought it for. So I just wanted to point this out because I didn't know this was a program that they had, but I thought it was really interesting.
So let's get in depth with more detail on this bag. So like I mentioned, this is a reissue, so you can see the Mademoiselle turn lock, and it's not the CC turn lock. And actually the silver on the lock looks pretty good to me. There's maybe one or two light scratches. There's a tiny bit of tarnishing maybe in the center, but honestly, using this bag on the day-to-day, I wouldn't even notice it. The chain on this bag also looks very good. It's a shiny silver and it's pretty hefty because it being an all metal chain and not the classic flap chain with the leather interwoven. It's a little bit heavier than that. And this is the first reissue bag that I purchased, but I have looked at some in store. This is the first tweed Chanel bag that I'm also looking at closely. So I really don't know how to compare this pre-loved tweed against any new tweed from the store. I mean, to me, it looks pretty normal. Obviously with tweed, it's fabric, and I have read that, you know, with rubbing, of course, they'll be fraying just like any normal fabric that you're going to use and wear over time. So after spending some more time with this bag, I wanted to point out some things that I didn't notice before. So first of all, you can see that there's actually gold thread throughout this tweed pattern. And that's not something that I even noticed on the images, on the pictures. I don't even know if, you know, anyone was able to see that when I was holding up the bag. So it is very faint, but I think that's a lovely detail. And then I found where Fashionphile said that there was signs of wear and fraying. So it's only right here at the tip of this flap area. And I also found where they mentioned that there was glue residue. So you can see this yellow bunch here. It's also here. And it's also a little bit on this side. So, you know, this being a pre-owned purchase, I don't know if this glue was done by the previous owner or what happened to it, if they had brought it back to the store to get glued and this was a glue that Chanel actually did. I mean, I think it looks pretty imperceptible when you just are looking at the bag straight on. Maybe because it is like a yellow color, it kind of blends into the overall gold thread of the bag. I also don't know, you know, why they used yellow. Maybe it was clear before and then turned yellow over time. So a lot of questions unanswered, and probably, you know, I won't ever understand what happened fully with this bag. And I'm still deciding, you know, if I should keep this. I'm still within my 30 days. So comment below to let me know what you think. Do you think that this fraying at the edges and this visible glue would be a deal breaker for you? Or do you think that, you know, it looks fine and you would keep it if it was you? On the inside, it did come with bubble wrap inside, and you can see that this is a double flap. And the double flap is covered in tweed as well. But then on the inside of that, it is a matte black leather. And I'll show you a close-up of this, but as I mentioned, the description does say that there is bubbling on the inside, which I think has to do with the fact that this is, again, a tweed bag and not a leather bag. So there's going to be where the leather interior and the tweed exterior is put together. I don't know if that was first glued together or, you know, if they were gluing all the seams when they first put it together, but either way, it doesn't bother me. And the inside looks pretty good. There is one white mark, which I don't know if I'll be able to get off with some gentle water and cotton swab. But overall, I think that this bag definitely didn't disappoint. It looks in very good condition to me. So again, matches the description that Fashionphile said on the website. And the reason why I went ahead and purchased this bag is because, first of all, the reissue bag has always appealed to me based off of just the pure history of the bag. As some of you might know, the classic flap is actually more of a Karl Lagerfeld reinvention, where he put the double CC on the lock, whereas this Mademoiselle lock is the original shoulder bag that Coco Chanel created in 1955. So this was actually the very first shoulder bag that she created, and one of the first shoulder bags ever created for women. Before, a lot of the handbags were top handle, and that very ladylike tradition. As I mentioned before in a previous video, Chanel really championed women and allowed them to do a lot more in the workplace, and creating a shoulder bag was part of that. By creating a bag that could hang off of our shoulders, we would have our hands free to do a lot more things. So when I was looking to purchase my very first Chanel bag, I was actually looking at the 2.55 style first because I loved the history, but most of Chanel's 2.55 styles are created in the distressed calfskin because that was, again, the original material that Coco Chanel created the bag in, and I wasn't really a fan of that material, so I ended up going with a classic flap. And then another reason why this bag caught my eye was because I was really interested in the tweed bag from Chanel. So currently on the Chanel website, there is a black and white houndstooth patterned tweed classic flap. And when I was looking at the website, it really caught my eye, and I thought that would be a nice piece to add to my Chanel collection because tweed is such a traditional material for Chanel. The house is known for making tweed suits, and of course, black and white is a nice classic look. But I couldn't really justify the new tweed bag after having just bought my jumbo this year. And then while I was browsing the Fashionphile website, I did come across this bag, and it immediately checked a lot of boxes for me. Again, it being a reissue, it being a black and white tweed, but even more so is the camellia pattern on this bag. So I also have been wanting to own something from Chanel in the camellia pattern because, again, it is iconic to the house. And I found the camellia pattern on this tweed actually much more beautiful than the current tweed on the Chanel website. This one, has the beautiful pattern. It's a little bit more subtle. And now looking at this bag compared to the black and white houndstooth one on the Chanel website, the houndstooth one is actually so much more stark to me now with the black and white kind of in your face, the contrast, whereas this one, the contrast between black and white is not so in your face. That I actually love how this one is just a little bit more subdued. And then the final reason why this particular bag caught my eye is because of the size, which is the 226 size. So reissues come in a total of 4 sizes, and they're called 224, 225, 226, and 227. This 226 size is right between the Chanel medium size and the Chanel jumbo size, which I think was a great compromise for me because I own both a medium and a jumbo, and it's nice to have a size right in between where you can still fit a lot of stuff, because sometimes I feel like the medium doesn't fit that much stuff, and then the jumbo sometimes looks a little too big. So I love having this reissue size fit right in the middle for all of my Chanel sizes. So overall, I am quite satisfied with my first endeavor into this secondhand market. I was a little bit worried about the authenticity of the bag, but I am pretty confident in the Fashionphile website. I do want to do a little bit more research into this bag before I feel like I have complete peace of mind, but I am happy with the quality of the bag and how it looks. So As I mentioned, this bag didn't come with the box, which I am fine with. I already have my 2 other boxes from the boutique, and I honestly wouldn't know what to do with all these Chanel boxes. My apartment isn't really big enough to display everything. I do wish that it came with the authenticity card though. I don't see it anywhere. I don't think that Fashionphile said that this bag would come with an authenticity card. So I do want to look into the serial number a little bit more, do some more research on this bag. But so far, to me, my untrained eye, it looks like a Chanel bag to me. It does say made in France, which I do appreciate. And overall, I think I'll be very happy with wearing this bag around. Part of the reason why I kind of jumped on buying this Chanel off the Preloved market is because I thought it was very well priced. So most of the Chanel bags that I see on Preloved websites are still around $4,000 or more. And at this point, I'm just starting to look into the Preloved market. I never really considered it before, but with all the price increases this year, I do feel like I want to explore this market more. And for such a bag that I like so much because of the history, of the design, of the material, everything about this bag, along with a reasonable price, I thought that this was a bag that I should definitely jump on the opportunity for. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please like this video if you learned something, if you like bag reveals, if you like Chanel bag information. I love to share not only about the bag itself, but also some history about the brand. And I'll also leave some links below in the description box for where I learned a lot of this information. About the history of the bag, about the history of the brand, because I think that is super interesting. So take a look below. Please subscribe if you like this video, if you like this type of content, and let me know below in the comments what other things you'd like to see.
I definitely want to do a video comparing my reissue with my classic flaps, and I also have a giveaway planned for when I reach 100 subscribers, so make sure you hit the bell and you don't miss that.
I'm super excited about taking this journey with you, about learning more about luxury fashion houses, about luxury brands, and admiring handbags. So please join me, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!